Hello, welcome to Soulspirational Wellness Studios 2021 Annual Psychic Fair. And this year, like last year, due to COVID, we are doing it online. We expect coming up, maybe later in the year, we'll have another one at the studio. But this one, given the time of year, we're still going to be online. So we have some wonderful services that we are going to be offering during the Psychic Fair. First, you'll see these beautiful faces on the screen. These are the readers, the practitioners that will be available to you this Saturday. But what I thought would be beneficial is if we go through the services, because they're unique in what they are, and I thought maybe it would just help people to be able, be helpful for what services that you may want. And we can talk some about the Psychic Fair as well. So a little bit on that. The Psychic Fair is this Saturday, April 17th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. You do not have to jump on at 11. So anytime between 11 and 4, feel free. So if it's not till 2:30 that you're available, then jump on at 2:30. If you want to book with a reader ahead of time, so let's say you want a session with Nicole at 2 o'clock and you want to make sure that you can get to her at 2, then you can contact her. I'll put the contact information somewhere below in the comments. So you can contact her, you can pay ahead, reserve your time for that particular appointment with Nicole or whatever reader that you want. Anyway, so you can book ahead. Otherwise, just jump in whenever you have the time Saturday and have a session or 2 with us. If you decide you want more than one session with the same reader consecutively, so let's say that you want 2 sessions with Rick, maybe an angel reading and a Reiki session, then you get a discount on that second session. So sessions are $30 a piece, but the second one, if it's consecutive with the same reader, is $20 additional. So it would be $50 for 2 sessions as opposed to $60. All right. So, but if you want 2 different readers, then it would be $30 for each reader or practitioner. All right. So let's get to the fun stuff. The fun stuff of the different services that we have. So the one that's probably most familiar to people are tarot and oracle readings. And I believe for Saturday that there will be 3 of us doing tarot or oracle readings, which would be myself, Nicole, and Steve. So whether you want tarot or oracle, contact, reach out to one of us for that. With psychic readings, so let me backtrack. So for tarot oracle, if somebody is new to this, because sometimes I just think that everybody knows what a tarot reading is. That isn't necessarily true. So because I do tarot parties, and then I'm surprised how many people have never had one. Why would a person want a tarot reading? Well, it may be that you've been trying to decide, do I stay at this job? Do I go to a different job? And you would like some insight, some clarity as to, maybe which way would be healthier for you or more beneficial for you. That would be a reason to jump in. Maybe it is, how can I, I'm thinking like for health reasons, what would be beneficial for me, different things with health or relationships, finances, whatever it may be. So questions for clarity, for insight, get a hold of, again, myself, Nicole, or Steve, and we will do our best helping you out with that. So, all right, tarot oracle. Psychic readings. So the psychic readings, when you see that, the difference between that and tarot and oracle, those are going to be with cards. A psychic reading is where we can do a psychic reading also about the issues that I just brought up, but more than likely those are ones that will be done with tarot cards, depending on the practitioner or the reader. But psychic typically is going to tell us that you're interested in tapping into a past loved one. So if that is why you're jumping on, that would be myself, Nicole, and Rick that you could reach out to. Chakra analysis, and I'm going to have them jump in a little bit here. So watching this, if you're familiar with the chakras are, even if it's a vague knowledge, that's all well and good. Basically, they're the 7 energy centers of the subtle body, where we can tap in for different kinds of, actually a whole lot of different information. But if you are familiar and you would like to know the status, what is your energy looking like right now? Maybe a particular chakra to focus on. Because they are 20-minute sessions, we may not be able to do a whole lot of work, so energy work with those particular chakras, especially if, depending on what we're picking up on the analysis. It may be that we are suggesting different things, maybe different meditations or breath work or visualizations, etc. If you go into 2 sessions, then we would have more time then to take what we're getting from the analysis and to do some energy work with whatever chakra or chakras are the ones most predominant. Am I making sense, you guys? Is there anything you want to throw in there? Now, it could be that one of us are doing, and any of us, all 4 of us do chakra analysis. It could be as we're going through that there's, everything looks pretty good, but maybe the solar plexus is the one that's coming out. As long as there's time, we will absolutely do energy work as well to help balance or clear or whatever it may be for that particular chakra. So if you're interested in chakra analysis, again, any of us are able to do that. All of us are trained in that. When I want to do the soul angel, the soul and angel sessions in a moment here. Before I go on, is there anything that you guys would like to add to contribute or to explain to the viewer about Reiki or chakra analysis, tarot, or psychic readings that you think may be beneficial for the viewer?
I think when it comes to chakra analysis, not only is analysis important, but trying to make sure the flow of energy is working well. So when I'm doing a chakra analysis, my main goal is to get the energy flowing, both directions, coming down and going up. So if I sense a blockage, I'm going to focus most of my time there and in the surrounding areas.
Well said, yes. What are some of the reasons that somebody would want to get a chakra analysis? Well, if you've been feeling, how many of us have said, I feel like my energy has just been off lately? Mm-hmm. A really good sign. You may want to tap in for chakra analysis. And or for Reiki, because if you come on for a Reiki session, all of us are really trained in the chakra system. So we may even during a Reiki session get like, oh, well, you know what? Boy, the solar plexus is really jumping out. So I'm going to spend some time working here. But if you know that your energy is off, if you feel like maybe you haven't had your footing lately, maybe things just haven't been clear, like you've been feeling some brain fog lately, those may be some signs. Anything else you guys want to contribute with that?
Yeah, and even physical pain manifestations. So that might be something that was lingering for a while that became physical. So we might want to center around a chakra around the corresponding areas of the body.
Good point. Yep. Yeah. Knee pain, lower back pain, migraines, focusing in on those connections too. Great insight. Anybody else want to for Reiki, chakra, or tarot, and psychic readings?
I think Steve said it pretty good as far as the chakra stuff. I mean, there's so many things you can do with the chakras. I mean, each chakra controls a different area of the body. If you're having, say, for instance, if people are saying bad things to you, about you, or whatever, we should be able to pick that up, with certain chakras. I mean, it's just, if one chakra is out of balance, the others tend to be out of balance a little bit. Sometimes you can line one up and they all line up, so it's pretty interesting work, really, and it's very beneficial.
Sure is.
And Reiki follows in tandem with the chakra analysis too, because it's the universal life force energy that we are channeling through.
Sorry, thought I could. Thought it was going to be longer. I have to drink my water. Yes, it is. And to me, Reiki and chakras just really go hand in hand. And yes, so the same reasons for Reiki. Why would I want to get a Reiki session? The same things that I just mentioned for the chakra analysis. People also use this to help with stress reduction, to help boost their immune system. Helping to get the body more in line, to feel more grounded. So there are multiple reasons for Reiki as well, whether that's physical pain or, again, you've just been kind of feeling off. I'm going to kind of double back with what Rick was saying. Maybe there's a negative self-talk going on in the mind, using Reiki to kind of clear out some of those thoughts as well. Anything you want to add to that, Nicole?
No, it's just, I know, like, once you get your chakras all aligned, it's just an amazing feeling and things start opening up for you.
Yeah, that's a really good point too. Especially when we have more clarity and maybe, acceptance, whatever that may be, where the path is lit better for us, or opens up more for us. I like that. I'm going to jump now to Ascension guidance, and I'm just going to hand it over to Steve, because I'll let him explain. But if you're looking for this, what Steve is going to explain, he is the person to go to.
Awesome. Thank you, Tish. So Ascension means a lot of things to a lot of people, but I like to look at it in a very simple way. And for me, Ascension boils down to the spiritual awakening, the raising of vibration and consciousness, and then bringing that divine light down here to earth in your physical existence, and fulfilling what you came here to do. And that sounds like a lot of steps, and I know most people are dealing with the things that are happening in the world. So it's more centered around the spiritual awakening and the steps to raise your vibration. And it's not so much of the ascending off of earth. I know some people go that direction when they hear of the word of ascension. So what I like to focus on is, if you are somebody that has either gone through a spiritual awakening, or you feel like you're really going through a spiritual awakening, you're starting to have weird symptoms, you're starting to see angel numbers like 1111, 222, you're seeing signs and synchronicities that you never paid attention to before, life on earth, the daily life is becoming mundane, and you're sensing a larger purpose to your life. If this is really surfacing for you, it's high time for your soul to say, pay attention to me, and there's a reason for it. And so I like to walk through practical steps in scenarios like this of bringing the awareness to what your inner being is speaking to you about. Whether you're fully aware of it or not, once you tap into this, it changes your life from that moment forward. You won't see things the same again. So I will give guidance on this ascension process from whatever level or area that you're at. And I hope that you join me Saturday for some of those sessions.
Very nice. Yeah, I think it's helpful to know we aren't alone, and there is guidance out there. Because when we start to awaken, it could feel sometimes overwhelming, or am I the only person who feels like this? Am I the only person experiencing this? And to have somebody that you can go to tap in to the knowledge, the experience, that in itself could just really be soul opening. And I think empowering as well, stepping into that space, right? And opening up and allowing things to be. So
absolutely. And you also touched on another piece there of knowing that you're not alone. There are more people than you realize on this earth that have been going through this process, and we are collectively coming forward more and more every day.
In hearing that, that is what makes it less overwhelming.
Mm-hmm.
To know that it is a collective. We all have a shoulder into it, so to speak. So
Absolutely.
good stuff. Good stuff. So if Ascension is what you have in mind for Saturday, Steve's your guy. Thanks, Steve. So I want to go down now to the remaining two services, soul sessions and angel readings. So let's start with the soul session. Each one of us can do the next two as well, soul sessions and angel readings. So with soul sessions, I find it absolutely fascinating. So during the course of experience, things open up and we grow and evolve and just different things come around, right? So in a soul session, everybody here has the experience of, for example, let's say Nicole would like a soul session. What I'm going to do is connect with her energetically or spiritually, psychically, however one may perceive that to be. But instead of having a conversation with Nicole, I will be going to a spiritual realm with Nicole's soul, sitting down with her soul or her higher self, again, however one perceives that, and having a conversation. So a soul to soul instead of a person to person, a soul to soul level. So why would somebody want to do this? Most people, or a lot of people, at least I would argue, they are not at the point yet where they know how to communicate with their own soul. I am a big believer in self-empowerment and self-mastery, but we take steps to get to that point of that self-mastery. To me, the steps that we do, the teachings, different classes we take, whatever it may be, ultimately, hopefully, those classes are bringing us back inward. So even though this is an external thing, right? You are coming to one of us for a soul session. We're going to meet with your soul on that spiritual level. Ultimately, whatever message or messages come through from your soul for you, it's still obviously about you. It's your focus. And if whatever beautiful message or whatever message comes through from your soul brings you that much closer to it, what an extraordinary experience. So again, sometimes we just don't know how to listen. We don't know how to communicate with the soul. So we're just here to help you, to see, what message, what's your soul trying to tell you? So we're going to tap into your soul and get whatever message and bring it down verbally to you. So, when we go in on Saturday, you're going to see, when you jump in, screens like this, you're going to see all of our faces. Depending on when you jump in, we may be in our own rooms. But what happens is we will take you into a private room. It's called a breakout room. So it's just going to be you and the reader or the practitioner. Nobody else is going to be able to see you or hear you. And I want to say that because that's important, that you know that whatever that private, beautiful message is, it's not like everybody else hears that. It literally is between you and your reader, your practitioner. It's between the two of you and between your souls. So then let's say, Nicole wanted a session. I am in this space, and then I will be articulating physically to Nicole what I am experiencing on the soul level for her to know. And then that'll be a soul session. Did I make that clear, you guys, or is there something you wanted to add with that?
I think you hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
So then an angel session, what's the difference between a soul session and an angel session? With an angel session, instead of meeting with your soul on that level, we are meeting with an angel that is around you. Now, it could be, for example, When I connect with my client, I may automatically pick up on a particular angel that is around my client. In that case, I'm going to just start communicating with the angel. What does the angel want you to know? And then again, I'm just articulating as I am communicating with the angel for you. I'm just articulating that message. Now, it could, and this is for any of us, it could also be that I am guided to use an angel oracle card, an angel card, which means any one of us, we all have angel decks. We may be shuffling, and who knows, we may even ask you, all right, let me know when you want me to stop the shuffle. And then we're going to turn a card over. There's the angel card that we are going to communicate. So we're going to, whatever angel's on the card, we're going to ask for them to step forward. And then we're going to share with you what that angel wants you to know. Now, we're going to get to Rick. There's a nuance with Rick, but does that make sense, you guys? Am I explaining that well with an angel reading?
Yeah.
So you're still getting this a beautiful message. It's just instead of soul to soul, it's angel coming through, or maybe even more than one angel. I don't know, that is coming through for a message for you. And again, well, all right. So with Rick, Rick is the divine scribe. So I'm going to turn this over to Rick so he can explain how he does his angel readings.
Okay. How I do the readings is sometimes we see I communicate with a whole bunch of different angels, and if you have a particular angel you want me to reach for you, just let me know who it is. I'll tap into that angel, and I'll either scribe out a message, which will probably happen anyway, but I'll also with the angel card. If you want a certain angel from the angel card, I can do that too. But these are personal messages for you from that angel, and they're direct messages. There's no guesswork. It comes out of my pen. I write it out. It just comes. I can hear it in my mind. I also read it through the pen. And usually these angel messages are very, very beautiful messages. And
you know what? I'm going to jump in real quick. So yeah, whether there's a particular angel in particular, good point. If you want us to pull from the deck, or if we're already seeing one. Here's how I see the difference between, and Steve and Nicole, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you guys are similar to the way that I do it. So for example, somebody wants an angel reading. I'm connecting with the angel, and I am just letting you know whatever the message is. This is the time to tighten up, to da-da-da. So I am the conduit. I'm the mediator, so to speak. So I am letting you know what the angel's telling me. With Rick, the difference with his is as he is writing it, and then he shares it with you, it's going to be as though he is speaking from the angel. Good morning, Nicole. This is Archangel Raphael, and this is my message for you today. Exactly. So as you were hearing the message, you were hearing it from the angel's voice, as opposed to Steve, Nicole, and myself being just, that mediator, letting you know what the angels say. Does that make sense?
Yes. So, and to complement that, Tish, Nicole, and I would be giving the messages through our own filters, whereas Rick would simply be giving the message directly from the angel.
Yes. And it's just a beautiful thing all the way through. I can't even describe how that feels. And hopefully you'll get the message you need. And I know you will, because like Tish says, they name you directly. It comes directly to you. It's just a great feeling and a great thing. I guess other people watch what I do and they can explain it better than I can. I just do it. I don't know how else to explain it. People can watch it and see what I do, but it's just, first of all, I am just the conduit. They come through me. Okay, I mean, I just want to give them all the credit and all the glory for it, because that's the way it is. They just use me to talk to you personally. It's a
So it'd
personal
be
message.
like a first person through Rick, third person through us. I think is the more simplistic, because it's still through Rick's filter, but I think more first person versus third person. And either way, I mean, they're beautiful. They're just beautiful messages. Yeah, Rick, did you have? And I didn't mean to cut you off. It's just I wanted to.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm very long-winded about that. I could go on forever, but no, it's just an incredible experience for both of us. So I would highly recommend one for you.
Yeah, and it's so why would somebody want to get a message from the angels? They're uplifting, they're encouraging, they may even add clarity. So it could be that we haven't been, and we all know this, we know this on a guttural or soulful level already. But so it could be that we aren't paying attention to those angel numbers, to the synchronicities of maybe the song on the radio. And the angel or the soul in the soul session is saying, hey, listen, this is time to pay attention, or your purpose matters in this world, and maybe it's time to open up, or maybe it's to bring you back. Maybe you've just been off your journey, off your path for a little while. Letting you know, honoring you of how beautiful you are. I mean, it feels nice to know, one, that we're not alone, two, that the angels are with us, or, that the soul wants to hear from us too. Like the soul wants us to connect with it. And I think that especially this past year, things have been so heavy. And as empaths, we are feeling, it's at least I'm going to speak for myself, but I know I've spoken to other empaths who feel the same way, feeling the heaviness of the earth, of people over this past year, the death, the dying, what we're going through with COVID. Maybe it's politically as well, globally. There's just been so much going on. I mean, there have been a lot of positives that I think have come out of it as well. But when we are grieving, if you see us as truly being what part of the collective, then on some level we are feeling, if somebody is in pain in Boise, on some level I'm in pain too, even though I may not be consciously aware of it. And if somebody is laughing hysterically, Botswana's coming to mind. On some level, I'm laughing too. All of us are connected. So, because I think there's been just so much heaviness. One, as we mentioned earlier, we all have a shoulder in this. But it's okay for us to take time out for ourselves to listen to the soul, to listen to the angels, or maybe past loved ones, or what's coming through on a Reiki or chakra analysis. It's okay to feel light and uplifted. It may be that a session that you get on Saturday is the strength or the clarity and insight that you've been looking for, the honoring that you've been missing, the love that you've been missing here as of late, that you get from one of our readers or we're all readers and practitioners. That's big. I see how people's lives have been changed throughout my experience with what I do. It's big. It's big. Anyway, I don't want to go down a whole rabbit hole yet. But Rick,
I'd like to say one more thing. The angels love talking to you. That's what they're here for. They're here to help you. That's what, whether you believe in God, source, whatever you want to call the divine, that's how he's charged them, to help each and every one of you. all of us, they love nothing better. That's what they do. And they're really, really wanting to talk to you. Here we go.
Yep. It's awesome. All right. Anybody else have anything they want to add or anything that's come to mind?
I think that all of the services that we're going to be providing during the fair kind of center around helping you reconnect with yourself in some form or some fashion.
Yes.
Exactly. It's about bringing you closer to source in your original state. That's basically all these services tie in together. They just do. And in one way, shape, or form, it's all spiritual work. It's energy work. It's divine healing.
So let's start with Steve. And if you guys don't want to do this, you don't have to. But Steve, do you want to say a little bit about yourself before we close?
About myself.
And or going into Saturday, anything you want the viewers to know?
Sure. It is speaking from personal experience with the ascension guidance that I offer. It's a process that I've been going through myself. I've been going through a spiritual journey via spiritual awakenings for many years now. And as I reach these new levels and these new heights of awareness and consciousness, and I keep digging deeper and deeper and deeper into spirituality and self-help on all levels, it's pulling the passion out of me to transfer this knowledge to anybody else who's willing to absorb it. So it's a passion of mine to be able to express what I feel and what I have felt inside on a spiritual journey, not only through the services that I offer, but through the blogs that I write on my website, and you can find the link on the main fair page. It's taking you through my personal filter and my personal perspective on every aspect of spirituality that I encounter and that I experience, so that you can have another perspective and maybe see things from a different point of view that will help you along your journey. And then in turn, you can pay that forward to help bring the light to other people that will then allow them to shine their light.
Well said. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Who wants to go next?
I can. I truly enjoy all aspects of this. I've helped people with soul sessions. It's truly an honor, and it's kind of almost like a puzzle that I enjoy working on to try to figure out why you have some issues, whether you're introverted, whether you have trouble communicating, things like that. We talk directly to your soul, or sometimes with the guidance of angels and stuff can help guide you in your life and just put you on a better pathway. So.
Very well said. Yeah.
Rick, thank you, Nicole.
Well, the long and the short of it for me is everything that we've offered here brings you back to the original state of the way we were meant to be. That's what's mainly important to me as far as a practitioner, to bring people back to source, to God, to in our original state. And I mean, this is love work, everybody. This is all about love, from top to bottom. Whether it's ascension, whether it's Reiki, whether it's tarot, whether it's angel readings. I guess we've all been in this enough where we just have our own personal experiences, and you're never alone. You'll never be alone again. That's the best way to put it.
Unless you want to be, and you can stipulate that. But,
I suppose, but I mean, for me, that's just not even possible anymore. But it's a beautiful life. It's a beautiful thing. Let us help you find out more about your own personal life and how you can, if you wish to change it, we can help you in every way, shape, and form. I hope I didn't ramble on too much.
No, that was lovely. Thank you, Rick. Yeah, these are going to kind of jump off of what Rick was saying. Each and every one of these services can bring you back inward, whether you see that, your God self, your soul, your higher self, however you perceive it. We can't unexperience an experience. And having a session never ceases to amaze me. For example, going into a Reiki session, I always do chakra analysis when I'm in a regular Reiki session. And people are surprised at the information that I can pick up, that we can pick up once, we're in somebody's energy. It's incredible, the information that is available to us. And I kind of feel like I better qualify that. Your life isn't an open book to us where we're like, oh boy, yep, I see when you did that thing. We are picking up on that which you are ready to heal. So we're not just looking in yourself. None of us here are voyeurs. It's just a matter of what you're ready to heal, what's coming up to the surface. And so when things come up, it's the beauty of taking time for you. When somebody, and it doesn't have to be this Saturday, but we would love for you to join us. If this video sparks you at some point down the road, even to go see a Reiki practitioner, for example, you are taking the time for you. You are taking those action steps to move forward in your life, whatever that means for you in particular. They bring us inward. They give us a better understanding. Sometimes a session can bring about a shift in our perspective, and that shift in perspective can change the trajectory of our path down in the long road. Sometimes it's a big one and it shifts quicker. Other times it still shifts where we are going. And I think it's an incredible way to honor oneself. You were taking the time for you, because each and every person who is watching this deserves taking time for themselves, taking time for the soul. And if something that one of us have to say, or anybody else you may go to down the line, it gives you pause or brings you inward for that self-reflection, to get a little closer to your own spirit of what is my purpose. There's obviously something else here, because there's no way that, Rick would have known this about me, but he was able to pick it up in the energy. There's something there. And if that gets you to explore more yourself, to watch videos, read books, whatever that may be, it just makes the experience while we're walking this earth, in my opinion, much richer and much more beautiful. So honor yourself. If you are so drawn to join us on Saturday, honor yourself, as each and every one of us will honor you when we meet with you. So we welcome you. We welcome your questions. Feel free to reach out to us. Again, our contact information will be listed somewhere in the details around this video. You deserve it. You deserve to be honored. You deserve to feel love. You deserve to be honored. Yeah. So anyway, all right. Love, respected, honored. I know.
If I may add one more thing to that, to piggyback on something that you talked on earlier, I would like to encourage everybody that does come Saturday, but also everybody in their walking daily lives, to practice the art of allowing. And by that, I mean, open your heart, open your mind, let go of resistances, allow the energy to flow, allow life to take you where you're meant to go. So if you come into sessions for the services on Saturday, I encourage you to open your mind and allow what's meant to happen, because if you have any resistances in the way, you're not going to get a full experience. So as you're going through your daily life as well, just walking or driving or talking to people or going to work or dealing with, everything you have to deal with. If you can become aware and present in the moment enough to just say, if I'm feeling a resistance at all in this moment, to just let it go and then see what happens with that situation. Even just feeling a little bit of improvement, you can build on that step by step.
And hopefully part of what this video does too is allows people to, even if you're not an energy worker, we're all made of energy. So just watching the video, seeing the four of us on your screen, your energy is already feeling into each person's individual energy. And so that resistance that Steve was talking about, if you find yourself gravitating towards one of us, then that person will probably help to ease you once you're in session as well. And feel free, all of us are open. We are so non-judgmental coming into a space, whatever it may be. I can vouch for each one of these beautiful people on the screen. They're not going to judge you. They are loving, they are understanding, they are kind, and they are caring. So if you meet with your reader or practitioner, if you feel resistance, feel free to let us know that you're feeling some resistance, and we would be happy to help you with that too. Maybe some breath work or just a little conversation beforehand. So thank you for saying that, Steve.
Absolutely.
Anybody else want to add for Saturday? All right, so just real quick to recap, the online psychic fair is this Saturday, April 17th, 11 a.m., 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You do not have to jump in at 11. You can jump in at any time in between there. Just if you plan on having 2 sessions and you're doing it closer at the end, just, if you can maybe jump in 3:30, around that time frame, so the readers can still be done roughly around that time. But otherwise, yes. So they are the sessions are $30 for 20-minute session. We are doing this on a platform called LearnItLive.com. So when you register for the session, you are going to be paying the $30 right then when you register. So you'll just want to have your credit card handy. And this is actually a really great platform if you're interested in spiritual, metaphysical type of stuff. There are a lot of us teachers on here, a lot of good free stuff, a lot of paid classes. Anyway, so you would pay the $30 initially. I also suggest actually signing up ahead of time, creating an account, because it's just like any other site. You're going to create an account. You'll need an email address. You'll create your own password. I believe you have to go to your email just to confirm, because they, for security reasons, to make sure that it's you. So you'll want to do that first. I would say do that ahead of time. But if not, just know that it's going to take a few extra minutes to go through that process. Anyway, then once you do, when you click on the link specifically for the online psychic fair, then when you go into the live session, there will be at the bottom, join live session. That's when you'll pay the $30 for your session. And then once you get in, again, you're going to see how, depending on when you come in, it'll be a variation of the 4 of us here. And a young gentleman, Sam, who will also be here to help navigate us. So then when you come on, you can just let us know, hey, I'd really like to have a session with me and your reader. And then, again, you'll go into private breakout room. $30 for a 20-minute session. If you get 2 consecutive sessions with the same reader, that second session is only an additional $20. You can pay your reader right then. So when you jump on, just say, hey, you know what, Steve, I'd like to have 2 consecutive sessions, because you can do 20 minutes, for example, with Steve, 20 minutes of the session, and then do your second 20 minutes with Reiki or whatever the other services are, because he does all of them except for the psychic medium, meeting with past loved ones. So again, you can go ahead and then we'll punch it into our phones. None of us write down any of your credit card information. We put it right into the phone for that extra $20. So it's safe and it's secure and it's through Square. But again, if you want one session with Steve, another session with Rick or Nicole or myself, if you're going to a separate reader, then you would pay them $30 because you've already paid your initial when you signed in. You'd pay that other $30 to the other reader practitioner. And I hope that that makes sense. But trying to navigate this whole online stuff, it's interesting. So bear with us. You will want to use an updated Google Chrome browser if you're going to be sharing. So when you sign in, it's going to, a drop-down menu will come up for you to sign on using your computer's audio. And then you're just going to click allow, and then it'll do a little sound test to make sure you can hear yourself. If you are also going to be using your camera, now maybe you want to jump on initially, you don't want to use the camera, but when you're in a private breakout room, you do want to use the camera. Entirely up to you. You'll be able to see us depending on your settings. But you don't have to be seen, because I know a lot of people don't like to be seen. And if you're still in your jammies and your hair is crazy, because I know what that's like, then you can just avoid the camera. But it is best to sign up with Google Chrome or Firefox browsers. If you're using like Microsoft Edge or an outdated web browser, then you're not going to get the full experience with the camera. I believe the audio still comes through. So, and if worse comes to worse, we can give you a number to call in as well. Make sense? Am I missing anything, you guys?
Oh, I think you got it.
Yeah, that's the housework kind of stuff, huh?
One other note to that is when you come in the main room and you have to click allow for your microphone and or allow for your camera if you so choose. And then when you are sent off into a breakout room with the reader of your choice, you will once again have to re-enable your audio and your camera if you so choose, because it's a separate room.
And we can help walk you through that too on Saturday. It really isn't difficult. If I'm making it sound difficult, I don't mean to. It's really pretty darn easy. And if nothing else, we just do audio, and that's all well and good too. Because you can join us through your smartphone or computer, notebook, tablet, whatever I'm trying to say. So it really is. I mean, it's weird the first time you go through it, like anything's weird the first time you go through it. Zoom the first time, I was like, what am I doing? But it really will help you navigate it if you have any questions. So yeah. Anyway, we look forward to seeing you. Join us on Saturday. Jump in. You know, honor yourself. Spend a little time for your soul and with us. And if you want to hang out after your session, because it'll bring you back to the main room, we tend to just kind of get a little funny and silly and that kind of thing. So you're welcome to join us and hang out with us as well if you so choose. So, okay. Thank you all for being here. And so thank you. So I'm going to go, what's on my screen? Nicole, Steve, and Rick. Thank you guys. Sit tight. And for the viewers, again, any questions, you can go to Facebook, Soulspirational Wellness, should pick me up. The website for all the information, Soulspirational, S-O-U-L, Soulspirational, S-P-I-R-A-T-I-O-N-A-L, soulspirational.com/psychic-fair. I know that's long, but I'll have the details and the link somewhere around the video anyway. Anyway, we look forward to seeing you Saturday. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.